Hey everybody, welcome to Last of Saints of Discord, your one and only pre-show to the Late Night Saints. And by everybody, I mean looks like us.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
That's only the live viewers.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not just us. I forgot to pull it up.
You forgot to pull what up?
I forgot to pull the stream up. So there's one person other than us.
No, it's me. I have the stream open. I think Scooter here has the stream open.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it says 3 people watching. And I am just now pulling up the stream.
We don't even have fucking Skull here.
He's waiting for Grubhub order that's an hour old.
Yeah,
there's the problem.
And fucking Habib is streaming right now. He was supposed to be on the show last week.
Yeah, fucking Jeff
is streaming right now. Going to come on this week. Yeah.
No wonder no one's watching.
Yeah, but he'll probably raid us as soon as he's done.
Hey, Dina.
Hey, Dina.
We have no life.
All right.
Ever.
Yeah, that's our channel. Oh, no. Now I'm sad.
Oh.
Oh.
It's okay. No one cares.
It's not like anyone watches us normally anyway.
Hey.
No, we have like a half dozen bad fucks who regularly watch us.
Yeah.
What they see in the show, I have no idea.
Oh, it's they just like calling you Scooter. Pretty much it.
You're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Better than the other F word you could have used.
Hey, sad fucks are somebody's, Deanna.
Yeah, see, Dina likes to call you Scooter.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone wants to ride you like a scooter, I'm sure.
Oh, what the fuck? No. Just no.
Don't fight it.
Hey, Skull.
Hi, Skull. All right, let's get into this first article. That's just an article. That's stuff.
Before we get into that, I was gonna do like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Previously, so it's another one of those wacky gas station encounter stories. So Wednesday, I come in and it's the new guy. Like it's his first day. And he's like, "Man, the crazies really come out on third shift. I had this lady in here, and I knew who he was talking about because she comes into the store regularly. In fact, she was in the store just this morning making tea in a ravioli can.
Making pee?
Making tea.
Tea, okay. I was gonna question the sanitation of your goddamn place if it was not tea.
Oh no, it's not that bad. But like, she frequents like the meth head infested motel behind the store. She's kind of off her rocker as well. I guess she was in there talking to him about how she was being followed by UFOs and the Polish police? Question mark? I also saw her wandering around the tree outside in circles for a bit when I went to take my recyclables out. But anyway, I'm starting to make my pizzas for the morning, and this middle-aged Asian woman who looks disturbingly like Jillian Epperly walks into the store. I mean, it obviously wasn't her.
Wait.
She wasn't nearly swollen enough, but
Oh, hold on. Which state are you in?
Indiana.
There's a good possibility.
Yeah, I know. But it wasn't her. It wasn't her. It looked like her.
It wasn't her. I don't want it to be her.
Not swollen. She was not swollen enough. But anyway, she walks through the door, and immediately she's like, "I'm sorry for involving you in my conversation." I'm just like, "Oh shit, here we go." And she's like, "The Waffle House closed on me. The Taco Bell closed on me. But this is the market." And then she starts going off about the Johnson County Sheriff and George Floyd and COVID.
And everything would be fixed if they drank this juice that I made.
And like she wanders in and out of the store several times. Probably the exchange that I remember most, and I'm going to say this verbatim. I've just recently learned English. Thank you for teaching me HBO. I watch a lot of TV.
Did you ask her if she's seen The Wire?
No. But
No.
what ended up happening was she ended up calling the police 3 different times. First time she called them, it was to complain that the Taco Bell was closed.
Mm.
The second time, it was to complain that the Waffle House wouldn't let her sleep there.
That's fair. Waffle House generally lets people sleep there.
Well, the Waffle House closed at 8 p.m., so there was no one even at the Waffle House.
How does a Waffle House close at 8 p.m.?
COVID.
Because they haven't been doing enough fucking business to keep it open. And
Waffle
the
House is
restrictions
where you
on
go for
insane.
3 a.m. fucking knife fights. What the fuck?
I know, man.
And
I've been
semen
missing
in
my
the
fucking
bathroom.
hash browns lately, man. Like, I do that at least once a month, get off work and go have those ridiculous fucking hash browns. But anyway. Third time,
By the way,
the police cart her away because she's basically wasting their time at that point. This woman was clearly mentally disturbed. But
Can
the
only
final
hope.
point, like the punchline of this whole story, is at one point the crazy Asian lady starts talking to the Polish police are following me lady in the middle of the store. And I swear to Christ, I could not have scripted this. As these 2 crazy women are standing there having this conversation, Insane in the Brain by Cypress Hill comes on the radio. And I'm like, it's like, what the
Insane in the membrane.
Have I encountered a glitch in the Matrix? Is reality fucking unraveling right now?
Well, it's been unraveling for a little while.
Yeah, this entire year's been fucking nuts. It's only natural that would happen.
But it was fucking great. I was just standing there, just like, wow, this is actually happening right now.
Hey, Skull, when you learn how to spell important, maybe he'll answer.
All right,
Evansville? No, I don't live near Evansville.
let's move on and let's talk about a solar eclipse. Solar eclipse 2020. When and where to see the annual eclipse or annular eclipse? This weekend.
Annual.
Yeah. No, it's annular.
Oh, that's right. It's supposed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's supposed to be a super cool one this year.
Mm.
Damn it.
On Father's Day.
This weekend, stargazers in the Eastern Hemisphere. Fuck you. will be treated to an annular solar god damn it, annular solar
Nice.
eclipse.
Hope you didn't pay too much for that snip because it didn't do a whole lot of good.
Oh no, there's more freedom at the tip, so it tends to move a bit more.
Yeah. Just keeps smacking into his teeth when he tries to talk. He's used to it only hitting gums.
Yeah. Will be treated to an annular solar eclipse on the heels of the summer solstice. The type of eclipse is characterized by its stunning ring of fire, since it's not a total eclipse and edges of the sun can still be seen around the moon.
Which is dope.
That's cool. It's the ring. Annular eclipses are similar to total eclipses in that the moon, earth, and sun are aligned so that the moon moves directly in front of the sun as viewed from Earth, said Alex Young, associate director for science in the Heliophysics Science Division at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. But a total
Damn, you did that
eclipse
on the first try.
am getting better. But a total eclipse does not happen. Wait, what? But a total eclipse does not happen. That is, the moon does not completely block out the visible. Oh, it's a continuation of the quote. Duh. That is, the moon does not completely block out the visible disk of the sun because the moon is farther away, and so its apparent size in the sky is slightly smaller than the sun. This means that a tiny ring of annulus of the solar disk is visible around the moon. Solar eclipses occur about 2 weeks before or after a lunar eclipse, Young said, where there was a lunar eclipse on June 5th, and the next one will occur. The next one occurs July 5th. Interesting. Come on, there you go. The annular eclipse will begin. Yeah, it's just basically telling you, if you live in Europe or Asia, you have a good chance of seeing it at 4:47 UTC. That's when it begins on June 21st.
I wish we could see it. I want to see it.
I have never seen a solar eclipse.
I
Not even the.
I
You didn't
briefly
even
saw the one last year.
over North America. Yeah.
I didn't get that. I didn't get a chance to see it because there was just I forget why, but like I was watching outside. I was working at the time. That's right. I was working, and we were working inside, and I could see I could see the light outside, and it didn't change at all. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the full effect of it, but I got to see like a fair dark spot on the sun for a little bit anyway.
I got to see the full effect. It was pretty cool.
Of course, it would have been better if I had like those special glasses and not trying to blind myself looking up at it. But
Oh, they gave them out at my work. Let everybody go outside.
I would have just worn my welding hood.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. Yeah, who wants to take the helicopter? Shables?
Shable's fucking muted.
Scooter?
Fuck off.
Nah.
Fine, I'll do it. What?
No, I'll take it. This is actually a continuation of an article that we covered in the past. Well, actually, we've covered 2 articles about this in the past.
By the way, I'm calling dibs on the Fives News article.
The what article?
Ford Bronco.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm really excited for that one. We put that in that specific spot because it's going to be fun.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm also really excited
Uh,
about that, but we'll get to it.
yeah. NASA has built a helicopter to explore Mars, and it's finally ready to launch. Yes, after all the testing, it's finally fucking happened. We covered when the design came up. We covered when they started building and started testing. Now they're setting up for the launch. NASA is ready to take its first spin at flying a helicopter on another world as the agency's Mars helicopter, Ingenuity, prepares for launch in July. The helicopter is part of NASA's Mars 2020 mission, the star of which is the Perseverance rover, a robot designed to help scientists determine whether life on the red planet has ever been possible. Ingenuity isn't a core tool for that objective, but it's hitching a ride with the rover to test NASA's ability to fly on another world. We're sending drones to Mars, people. That's what we're really doing. And I love it.
Gonna use them to spy on the Martians.
Yeah, well, it only makes sense that you would send some sort of drone to fly around and shit because you can get you can get a view of the full landscape and even sort of send rovers into certain areas.
Well, I think the primary purpose, if I remember right, the primary purpose of this rover is to test how well they can build something to fly. Because I don't think it's
Yeah,
going to go further than like 20 feet in the air, or 20 yards
yeah.
or something like that.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of assumptions about gravity and the air density and everything like that. So
Yeah,
Mars has a very thin atmosphere.
not wrong.
yeah. Um, the helicopters part of. Sorry, read that already. The thing that has me the most excited as the NASA administrator is getting ready to watch a helicopter fly on another world. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine said during a news conference for the mission held on June 17th. That's something that's never been done before in human history, and here we are. Maybe. That's debatable.
Mm.
Ingenuity has been in the work for 6 years, but now it's attached to the underside of the rover, where it will remain for the long journey to the red planet. Mimi Ong, head lead engineer for Ingenuity, said during the news conference after the spacecraft arrives at Mars in February 2021. Mark that in your calendar, people. And endures the same 7 minutes of terror that NASA's Curiosity rover faced when landing on the red planet in 2012. Ingenuity will separate itself from the main rover. When it tries to take flight, Ingenuity will be at least 160 feet, 50 meters away from the rover itself. Matt Wallace, deputy projector manager for the Mars 2020 mission, said during the news conference. However, Perseverance will be able to monitor the flight attempts using some of its 23 onboard cameras. Whether Ingenuity can spot the rover from flight remains to be seen, he said. Okay.
Hmm.
Ingenuity is flying as a technology demonstration mission, which means NASA has a realistic estimate of the chances something may go wrong. Getting it to Mars, getting it safely off the vehicle, we're going to learn a lot, Wallace said. We are not looking for an extensive, ambitious return from this technology. We're looking to learn those first few things that we need to learn. The helicopter will attempt 3 flights on the red planet, he said, although that number is subject to change depending on how the mission proceeds. We're going to take them 1 flight at a time. That means if it crashes on the first one, we expected that might happen.
That's
Mhm.
in the plan. We're not worried about it.
We'll learn a lot from that one little flight, though.
Oh god, you learn
The
more from your failures than you do from your successes.
hmm The only thing you learn from your successes is that you were right.
And
Yeah,
you
and
can learn a lot
The-
more
the-
from your failures if you actually
Oh.
study them.
That failed
Yep.
spectacularly. Let's figure out why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The Perseverance rover and the Ingenuity helicopter are scheduled to launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida on July 20th, with a launch window continuing through August 11th. Follow the launch next month on space.com. Space.com, best place for science news. It doesn't say that anywhere in here, but I'm just throwing it out there. Space.com, please sponsor us. That'd be fun.
They've had like one.
Like that.
They have had one grammatical error since in all the articles we've read from them.
Yeah,
All
and
the
we've read
all the other
probably 200 or 300 articles from them.
yeah, and all the other news sites easily have one per reading.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and if we take all the articles into an aggregate and do an average, it's an average of 5 per article. Probably. That's just an estimate. I've seen a lot of articles with a lot of mistakes.
We need higher standards than journalism, damn it!
We need higher standards in editors.
That's part of journalism. Editing is part of journalism. That's
All
why they
right,
go and cut stuff out.
let's talk about brains.
Yeah.
You want to take this one, Scooter?
Yes, I'll take it.
Oh, I see what you're doing, Rimshee. You're setting yourself up to take the cute article. I know what's up.
I didn't realize that until you just mentioned it.
Coming to us from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website,
Wait, what?
human.
Wrong one.
Human.
Wrong
What?
one.
No,
Oh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Wrong. There's another brain one. Two up.
That one. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like we plan out articles in a certain way, and sometimes there's a mini theme. Isn't that fun?
Tell more of the articles actually had fucking like icons instead of just like long strings of random text. Fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Well, and it would also
All right.
help if you joined in on the setup.
I work in the morning, asshole.
We do it at night.
Yeah, when I sleep. I've been going to bed about
Excuse me.
fucking 10 o'clock most nights lately. God, that
Oh,
sleep
that
cycle
sounds
is
old.
fucked. I feel old. Anyway,
You might actually be interested in this one. So.
shifting gears, coming to us from CNN, scientists have grown mini brains containing Neanderthal DNA. Guys, Jurassic Park is coming. Where?
No, I can't wait.
We now know that many of us are part Neanderthal, with our genes carrying traces of past encounters between our early ancestors and the Stone Age, because even back then, humans couldn't keep their dicks out of things.
It moves. We need it.
Between our early ancestors and the Stone Age hominins that populated Europe until about 40,000 years ago. The evidence that early humans interbred with Neanderthals emerged in 2010 after scientists led by geneticist Savante Pablo pioneered methods to extract, sequence, and analyze ancient DNA from Neanderthal bones and mapped their genome in detail. Now, a team of European researchers has taken that science to the next level. growing blobs of brain tissue from human stem cells that contain Neanderthal DNA and proteins, with the hope they will shed more light on how Neanderthals relate to modern humans. We were curious how much of the Neanderthal genome would be explored if you just have access to stem cells from the right people, said Grayson King, research group leader at the Institute of Molecular and Clinical Ophthalmology in Basel, Switzerland, and author of a new study. He said the research was a proof of concept that could potentially help understand cognitive and other differences between humans and Neanderthals, although it was in a very early stage of research. Camp, who is an assistant professor at the University of Basel, has also made brain-like tissues from chimpanzee cells to try and understand how the human brain has changed since humans diverged from chimpanzees and the other great apes. Brains Simplified. The research, which was published Thursday in the journal Cell Stem Reports, used stem cells from the Human-Induced Pluripotent Stem Cell Initiative, HIPSI, which recently generated a living biobank of stem cells from many different humans. Nearly all the cell lines in the biobank are from people of UK and Northern European descent, a population highly likely to have had Neanderthal genes, Camp said. We analyzed the genome of each one of these individuals for which there are stem cells, and by comparing the reference genome generated by Powell Lab, we could figure out which parts were likely derived from Neanderthals and which parts were not, he said. Per individual, there's something between 1% and 4% of the genome likely derived from Neanderthals, he explained. If you then look at 200 individuals, you end up recovering about 20% of these Neanderthal genes. This means that altogether, this stem cell resource has most of the Neanderthal genes present in Europeans inside. The team then grew brain organoids, 3D blobs of brain tissue just a few millimeters wide and only just visible to the naked eye, from these cells by nurturing them in a petri dish with a growth factor. Organoids, which can mimic in a rudimentary way many human organs, can be used to test the specific effects of drugs safely outside the body, something that has revolutionized and personalized areas such as cancer treatment. Researchers has, of course, generated and analyzed organoids from human cells before, just no one has ever bothered to look at what the Neanderthal DNA might be doing, King said. Camp was keen to stress that these were not lab grown Neanderthal brains, although that would be kind of badass. These are human cells. They're not Neanderthal cells, but human cells that have Neanderthal DNA naturally inside them, Camp said. This is totally different to Jurassic Park. Ah, fuck. It's more about studying the mechanism than to try to recreate something that no longer exists. Neurons and lab grown brain organoids, sometimes called mini brains, have been shown to make connections and generate some electrical activity, but they don't yet come anywhere close to a real adult human brain. In the future, other body part tissues could be cultured and studied in this way to see how Neanderthal traits might have shaped our own, Camp said. For example, Neanderthal genes in the stem cells that have links with hair and skin color could be used to explore these traits, given that it's already possible to generate skin organoids that have sprouted hair.
Okay,
That's kind of ew.
time out.
Gross. Kind of gross, man.
So we can use these mini brains to see the effects of drugs on us. I like this. Maybe there will be some new drugs in the future.
Yeah,
I wish-
maybe there'll be less need for animal testing and all that fun shit.
oh yeah, that's actually a really good application for it. I wasn't thinking about that.
No more animal
I was
testing,
thinking I've done just about
man.
everything else.
Hmm.
Grow a pair of lips and try the lipstick on it.
Yeah,
I think
No,
honestly,
these
that's
aren't
what
people.
I'm so like if we can make like an affordable lab grown meat, I'll probably switch to it.
No.
yeah, I honestly think that's the future. Like with
Just
our advances in like
Until
understanding of genetics and like our advancement in 3D printing technology, I just think
until it's an approximate enough replacement for what is currently steak and chicken and pork, you're
yeah,
not gonna catch me eating it. Until it's a
no,
reasonable
that's what I'm
replacement.
talking. Well, even when it gets to that point, I'm still gonna wait a couple years.
Yeah.
just to be sure that it's safe.
Yeah, like if it can be shown like in laboratory like tests that like what they have created in the lab is like genetically and structurally no different than say a fucking sirloin steak, then it's like fuck it, fine.
Well,
Stick it up.
yeah, the problem is like a lot of the flavor comes from what the animal eats, so it really depends. Yeah.
I mean, true, but
Like, have you ever had a blueberry bear?
do what?
Blueberry bears. They're bears are omnivorous. There's some
Ah,
areas in the country where there's like massive blueberry fields, so they'll just eat like shit tons of blueberries all the time.
mm-hmm,
Super sweet and tasty. However, there are other places where they'll just eat whatever fish they can find, even if it's rotting.
mm-hmm.
Not as tasty.
Yeah. Most of the time I hear like bear meat described as it's very musky.
It really depends where you get it from, because they
Yeah.
eat so much to build up that layer of fat for winter.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Where and when you get it, yeah.
I wish I could just fucking sleep through the winter. That would be awesome.
I
oh,
wish I
that'd
could
be so
sleep through the
cool.
summer.
Well,
Anyway, this
you
argument
live in
over
a non-harsh winter climate, Rimshee, so yeah, sure.
so shut the fuck up. You have no concept.
I'd still much rather walk around in the snow than trudge in heat.
You fucking say that now.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that until they have to deal with 6 feet of snow overnight and still have to go to work.
Because here's the thing: like, not only is snow cold and wet, it's fucking sharp, razor sharp.
Especially if you get just like that nice morning sun before the clouds move in, and then it refreezes, and all of a sudden you got to cut Achilles tendon.
I mean, like, if you've ever like fallen and scraped your face on snow, it's like having somebody run your cheek against fucking fiberglass. It's
I've done it.
horrible.
I have spent time up in the snow. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you spent time in snow. You haven't lived in snow. Hey, Larry.
Big difference. Also, ice storms.
I've experienced those.
Where?
What
Where
do
have
you
you
mean where?
experienced this? Where you're at?
I don't select the best time the best weather conditions to go up to the snow.
Yeah, you go. It's different when snow is just a fact of life, as opposed to being like, I chose to come up here.
Yeah, you have the option of going back.
Sometimes you might get trapped at the lodge in the mountains, uh, where
Oh,
you just sit and drink hot chocolate, and it's like, isn't this cool? It's like I'm living in the northern parts of the states.
I was nearly trapped
But
camping because of
when
snow
I
once.
Yeah.
when I have to wake up
Oh
at
yeah, that's
two
right. You like
o'clock in the
hard camping.
morning, when I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, drag myself forcibly out of my nice toasty bed and out into like sub-zero temperatures to dig my car out of 2 feet of snow just
Oh
so
wait, no,
I can go.
here's a better one. When you have to wake up at 2 in the morning to shovel the snow that's falling, so that it's not more snow that you have to shovel later, and you just go take a 2 hour nap, and then you go back out and shovel more snow, and then you're like, shit, it's still snowing. Take a nap real quick, come back out, shovel more snow because it just keeps fucking going.
Or like in the case of like fucking ice storm, like this is an actual thing that happened. Like my grandmother calls my dad in the morning because she can't get out of her house.
Yeah.
There is so much ice in front of all of the doors of her house that she is physically trapped inside. We had to go over there with a fucking sledgehammer to get her out.
So you had to stage a great escape for your grandma?
Pretty much.
Speaking of great escapes...
It's bad. Try busting ice with a sledgehammer when it's that fucking cold.
Speaking of great escapes...
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
could have
load
finished that
article.
article. It was almost over. But fuck it, we'll move on.
Clumsiest animal alive stages jailbreak. We're all about zoo animal escapees, like our post about Snowbank, the peacock who escaped a Boston zoo. Here's another almost unbelievable one, given the notorious clumsiness of pandas. That they're even considered a bear is laughable. Somehow, a remarkably athletic panda escaped his enclosure to a zoo in Copenhagen, becoming our favorite news story this week. Xing Er shares a habitat with a female companion, Mao Sun. Surveillance video shows him climbing a metal pole covered in electrical wire and escaping to wander about the zoo.
Basically, he got tired of bitch nagging him and climbed his way out of there.
If you ain't gonna let me bone ya, and you're just gonna nag me, I'm fucking out of here. Zoo employees cornered and sedated Xing Er, then returned him unharmed to his enclosure. No zoo guests were injured during the escape either. The brand new panda house from which he escaped represents a 24.2 it's a $24.2 investment by the zoo.
Wait, hold on. So when they said no zoo guests were injured, it's like they're kind of implying that they expected it might happen. Pandas are pretty foul from what I hear. They just munch on bamboo all day.
Yeah,
they don't even have to fuck.
That's true enough.
Hate vegans.
That's true enough, Jables, but at the same time, you're like, a panda is still a bear. You don't fuck with bears.
Yeah, well, why would they spend $25 on a fucking panda enclosure, according to this article?
That has got to be a fuck up. There is
that
no
has
way.
to be. Here's the. My guess is it's a $24.2 million investment. There's no indicator.
And 24.2 million what? What the fuck do the Chinese use?
Just 20. Wait, it doesn't even say million. It just says
no, it doesn't say.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying.
Fucking talking about. We're saying there's no way that can be right.
They only spent $25 on the enclosure, people.
You know, like, there is no fucking way that they spent the equivalent of a fucking family meal from Fazoli's to build unless they made it out of paper mache. Well, fuck, even craft foam would cost you more than $25 to get that much of
it. I don't know. It's China, so.
Yeah, you do have to factor in the slave labor.
Oh wait, no, it's Copenhagen. Sorry, never mind. So it would be at least 24.2 thousand.
Yeah, but usually they'd write that out. Usually they would write 24,000 out, so that's why I'm guessing it's 24.2 million.
That's fair.
Keep in mind, we don't know this for sure, because they.
Yeah. Don't leave it to us to assume. I mean,
we're not gonna research and fact correct this shit because we're gonna be lazy and just say it's $24. That's it. They spent $24.
And 20 cents.
And 20 cents.
pandas matter.
Yeah, let's round up and say
That's why
they spent a quarter of $100.
Yeah, and that's rounding up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if that's the case, I know exactly how the panda escaped.
Yeah. Oh no, it was only $25 in upgrades, meaning that they bought a new lock.
Oh.
Off Amazon, and it was a generic lock.
No, it was one
The
of
panda's
it
been
was a
secretly
master lock.
watching Lock Picking Lawyer.
Yeah, it was a master lock because it's either really solid on the outside but easy as fuck to pick, or it's really hard to pick but easy as fuck to just break because it's made of plastic. That's the one they went with. They went with the plastic body.
No, they just bought a used projector to make it look like there were walls.
The walls are in your mind, man.
No, they just bought $25 worth of paper. Oh, anyway. And it's a
Oh, by the
little.
way, hold on, real
Apparently, it's
quick.
a
If
little
anybody
lax
wants
in the
to,
security department. That's the next
yeah.
line. It
A
says that
little?
the $25 enclosure is a little lax in the security department. No
No
shit.
shit.
Bear escaped. A bear escaped. Lax is not the term that I would use here.
Well, it's just a panda.
No, that old
It's
gentleman
like
right there is laughing at the stupid shit going on in this one paragraph.
that's Nelson Mandela.
I didn't want to assume because I haven't seen a picture of him lately.
Nelson Mandela, Morgan Freeman, they all look the same to me.
God damn it.
No, Morgan Freeman has more of the freckles on his cheeks.
They're perfect freckles. And one for every soul he saves through narration.
I don't even think that's going to save him at this point, Larry.
Larry, you lucky you black. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Because of everything going on, I thought Skull just said, "I'm black, everyone." Well,
All right. Okay. And it's a little lax in the security department. While zoo officials were pleased with the outcome, a spokesman stressed to the Associated Press that they want to ensure that it does not happen again. Not only for Zing Air's safety, but you have to imagine how unhappy the Chinese government would be if someone lost a panda they'd let out.
Oh, they have it on loan too?
Little bitches! The Chinese government would be mad. That's nice. Just make sure that you hire some Indian guys to go fight them. I mean that's easily a 2-to-1 ratio there. You only have to send half the Indian guys to the amount of Chinese guys they'd send against you.
Yeah, at least the Indian military might have some measure of training.
Hold on,
That was
Larry, if you use Discord, you'd see that in the regular chat. Skull sometimes sends pictures.
Skull sometimes does what?
Sends pictures.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he really shouldn't, but whatever makes him happy.
Well, he
Anyway,
had a dog recently. He was making sure that he was okay and checking in with everybody. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I
all
did see the
zoo
thing where he got bit by his dog. Sorry about that, dude. That sucks.
Yeah.
All
So
zoo
I'm saying,
pandas. God
no,
damn it,
kind
Javel!
of.
All zoo pandas
Should I
apparently
keep talking
belong
whenever you
only to the Chinese, who used to give them as gifts as a gesture of goodwill. Now, China leases them out to 27 zoos around the world, who pay a fee to the government. Half that fee goes to research and preservation for pandas. You mean
It's like all the pandas.
lining what's his face's pockets? The loaner system
Winnie the
seems to
Pooh.
have worked. The International
Yeah.
Union for Conservation of Nature recently upgraded the panda from endangered to vulnerable.
Yay!
That's a picture of a panda. It
Yeah, I
looks
like
like a
pandas.
vicious thing.
So wait, what happens if you run out on your lease? Does the Chinese government show up to repossess your panda?
I want to lease a panda from the Chinese government and just never pay and see what the fuck they do.
Make sure you're living in Texas when you do that. Texas, if like the U.S. government was like, you got to give that panda back, Texas would be like, no, we're seceding. You're infringing on his rights.
Oh, what the fuck?
Texas has more lions in personal ownership than exist anywhere in the wild. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Pretty
Panda, an
nuts.
actual bear. That's the next title line. If you've ever seen them toddling around like cartoon characters, it's hard to believe pandas are actually bears. They also share characteristics with raccoons. You know, the outfit. But on a molecular level,
I mean, they call them trash
are
pandas for a reason.
yeah, but on a molecular
Yeah,
level are ursine. I'd feel more threatened running into a raccoon in the woods than a panda bear. They're also part of the order Carnivora. Still, their diet is 99% bamboo shoots and leaves, which they spend all day munching in a bewildered, content way. In the wild, they'll sometimes eat bugs and carrion, but in captivity, they're just fed an assortment of compost items to fill that other 1%, like honey, eggs, and potatoes. Experts are examining Copenhagen Zoo's panda house to make sure in the future the bear stays put. So they're replacing the master lock with the one that's easy as fuck to pick, but is made of solid exterior material.
yeah.
I
Oh no,
mean,
wait! He climbed up a pole with electrical wire. That's right. They're gonna add more electrical wire.
like, to bring up a point that they made just like a couple of lines ago, it's like, rather run into a fucking raccoon that's like, okay, here's the thing, is like, you can punt a raccoon.
You could
Like,
try to punt a raccoon. They have thumbs. They'll grab onto you.
even then, I could still stomp on it. On the
They're
off
cool.
chance that a fucking panda gets pissed, that thing takes a swipe. It's gonna break my fucking arm.
Have you ever tried to fight a raccoon before? It's fucking nuts. And
Hey,
yes,
I'm just saying, I'm gonna
I,
work the
I, I
size
am
advantage.
I'm insinuating that I have fought a raccoon before.
You have not
You
fought
know,
a
that would not
raccoon. You
surprise me.
got your ass kicked by a raccoon. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, will kick your ass.
Just because you got your ass kicked doesn't mean I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
There were 3 of them. How can I fight so many? How can I fight so many coons at once?
Oh god damn
Good night, folks. We've been canceled.
it.
What I'm talking about?
We know what you're talking about, but we
talking about? I'm
here
talking
don't
about raccoons.
appreciate that kind of a language. You see?
Why did you turn into Jimmy Stewart?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, we are in fine form tonight.
Uh,
Stewart.
um, I can. Are you done with the article? Are we done with that article? I haven't been following along. I've been thinking about jokes too much. Um, cool. I like answers. That's nice. I've been waiting for the Ford Bronco article like all day. Can we just skip to that one real quick?
Yeah, I want to do this.
Yeah, it's.
all right.
I've been waiting all.
Ford!
So,
Ford!
coming to us from 5 News, the 2021 Ford Bronco finally has a release date, and it's on OJ's birthday. Can we get claps in the chat?
Yep. We can get claps right here.
The Bronco is back in the saddle for the first time since 1996 and debuts on July 9th, which happens to be the birthday of its most infamous rider, the Juice. After 24 years, the Ford Bronco is finally back in production, and the date Ford chose for the release is July 9th, which turns out to be O.J. Simpson's 73rd. Jesus Christ, he's 73?
Black don't crack.
God damn, I didn't know he was that old. Fuck.
Hey, to the world.
Well, he's closer to joining his wife than he is to not.
According to CNN, the 2021 Bronco was originally scheduled for a spring release, but was
I'm pretty sure he penetrated his wife pretty intimately.
According to CNN, the 2021 Bronco was originally scheduled for a spring release, but was delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. Last weekend, Ford Motor Company tweeted 7920, the wild returns. The Bronco was infamously linked to the former NFL football star after he led police in a nationally aired 2 hour slow-speed chase while riding in a white Ford Bronco in 1994. OJ was charged for the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman, and instead of turning himself in, he attempted to evade police, resulting in the 60-mile police pursuit down a Southern California freeway. According to a CNN report, 95 million people watched the chase that night.
Yeah.
Ford was not pleased with the association at the time, the Detroit Free Press reported. Ford told CNN the timing was purely coincidental. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
I'm calling massive bullshit. OJ returned to Twitter. He's back in the zeitgeist of he's been back in the zeitgeist of culture because of that. Rimshee, don't know why he did that. He's back in the zeitgeist of culture, and and just by having that be the release date, so many news articles are going to come out. You knew it. Your marketing team knew that.
Which, by the way, whoever in the Ford marketing team decided on this date, you're a fucking hero, and I respect you.
I want to shake your hand and buy you a beer.
You're fairly smart on that.
Purely coincidental. and that the release was supposed to take place in April, but due to COVID-19, we had to shut down all of our factories, according to a spokesman from Ford.
Oh,
Hinting at upcoming Bronco production model, Ford Bronco R race prototypes debut in desert to celebrate 50th anniversary of Rod Hall's historic Baja 1000, an overall victory in a 4x4 that's never been duplicated in 50 years. Last November, Ford fueled fan excitement for the upcoming Bronco when it revealed the Bronco R race prototype. The Bronco fan base is such a loyal one that they love their Bronco gear, said Cassie Opana, a Ford Global Brand Licensing Manager, Brand and Integrated Marketing. It's great to be able to corral this merchandise and make it available and easy to buy at one site. So, if at the reveal, when they pull the cover away, if that Bronco is white, I'm gonna die.
I hope it is.
Just straight up die.
I hope it is.
Like, in all seriousness, though, I'm actually really excited for this because the only other purpose-built four-wheel drive in the American market right now is like the Jeep Wrangler, and ever since Chrysler partnered, ever since they merged with Fiat, they've kind of been slacking when it comes to Jeep. So if the Bronco is a real contender, it might actually kick Chrysler in the ass to actually start focusing on Jeeps again.
Yeah, and I know people that still drive Broncos.
Honestly, I'm not a huge Ford
They're
fan. I don't care if you drive a Ford. I'm not one of those Chevy's better than Ford kind of people. Unless you're very much
yeah,
pro Ford, in which case I will completely mess with you. Uh,
I like my Focus.
same here.
like I don't care, but the Bronco has a lot of memories for me because it's the vehicle my dad had when I was growing up.
Uh,
So I'm happy to see it coming back.
Yeah, well, the thing about the Bronco is it was built to be durable and then also built to be easy to work on. So if they keep those things intact for the new model, totally down.
yeah,
I won't get one for like another 10 years, but that'd be
yeah.
cool.
That's an investment that I cannot justify.
I could probably
I can't even
justify it if I
justify
had
buying a
enough.
shitty car right now.
Even
Yeah,
if I'd probably get one with like the turbo 4-cylinder. I think that's the base motor that they're going to have in it.
yeah. My truck is fucking old, so I could probably justify getting a new vehicle.
But yeah,
Um,
that's fucking great.
just so happened, no, I think what happened is it was going to be released in April. COVID hit, and they're like, well, what's a new
Or
date we can
push it
Oh,
back.
Fuck,
things are
we
gonna
need
be
a new day. When would be a good day? Do some
everybody's
research on
trying to take
Bronco
advantage.
history.
It turns out everything's going to be pushed back anyway, so we don't really have to. We'll just need to compete with things that open. They say like 2 or 3 months. Let's do June. Yeah, when in June, and then just some snarky ass young marketing kid. It's just that's been watching OJ on Twitter, just like, how about June 9th?
July, Jables.
Huh?
July 9th, you said June.
July. Whatever.
Yeah,
How about
that's like
July 9th?
a month from that's like half a month from now, dude. 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to get the words out faster than I thought about them.
That seems to be a common problem with you,
Weren't we
James.
just telling Skull not to do that?
Skull's different.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. So yeah, Broncos coming back. Fun times.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, good shit.
Hey, Rimshee, you want to cover up this? You want to cover the not cover up? Sorry.
I mean, OJ
No.
kind of yeah, but
Should I take this other follow-up article?
Yes, that's exactly where I was going.
All right. Michigan man. Michigan man accused of cannibalism sued in new case straight out of a horror movie. And I nearly choked on my gum.
Hey,
damn.
no, I just don't remember. We covered an article about Kevin Bacon being murdered. Different Kevin Bacon, not the one that you think it is.
Real quick, Mickey Ficky gifts a tier 1 sub to Skull Maggot and has shared emotes. Nice.
Yeah. Twitch
Mickey
lets you do that every
continuing to
once
be
in a
our main supporter.
Mickey's given 15 subs to this channel so far. You've subbed just about everybody that watches us. Thanks, Mickey.
Yeah. You all should be thanking Mickey. Bunch of
What the
fucking
hell just
freeloaders.
happened?
What?
No.
There we go.
Ah,
Oh,
internet shenanigans.
Yeah, the fucking stupid shit happened.
got a case of the dum-dums?
No, the internet does.
Uh,
All right. Michigan man
dummy.
accused of cannibalism sued in new case straight out of a horror movie. Close this. A Michigander. What the fuck is up with these people and their weird things?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Fuck it. A Michigan man who is accused of killing a 25-year-old Swartz Creek man and then slicing off his testicles and eating them is now being sued in another incident that attorneys say also seems straight out of a horror movie. The plaintiff,
Wait,
a New York man, is suing Mark Latunsky, who authorities said stabbed and slit the throat of Kevin Bacon in December.
Yeah.
Remember what we
I
were
don't know
saying
why
about?
they keep this out on the streets, but like,
I mean, I don't want to know. In the new case, James Carson alleges he took a bus to Michigan from his home in Suffolk County for consensual erotic activity known as BDSM. Short for bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission. With
maybe I should have.
wait, no, it's not.
No, it's not. I know.
It's bondage, domination, sadism, masochism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're trying to avoid the
The sadism word.
I will not make excuses for other
Sadism.
people's justification things. Either say it or don't.
yeah. How the
Yeah.
fuck do they get this? Bondage, discipline, dominance, and submission from BDSM.
Yeah, that's BDDS. The fuck? How did you fuck that up?
BDDS just sounds like DDM or
DDR.
E.
It's a memory thing.
DDR.
All right.
His
With
first mistake was going to Michigan. You are correct, Malak.
with Latunsky's husband, Jamie Arnold, but ended up tied up and terrified and ultimately escaped. Mark Latunsky must answer for the heinous acts committed against our client. Attorney Christina Maggiari with Marco Law said Mr. Carlson deserves justice for the trauma he endured, an experience that will haunt him for the rest of his life. Carlson, his attorney, said, initially did not wish to press charges, but is now seeking damages of more than $75,000 in the lawsuit filed this week in U.S. District Court in Detroit. According to the lawsuit, Carlson met Arnold online in October, but when Carlson arrived at the bus station, Latunsky picked him up. Carlson fell asleep in the car at his Bennington Township home. Latunsky told Carlson that his spouse had moved out. The Bennington Township's house, also a half-hour west of Flint, is also where Bacon was found 2 months later, hanging naked from ceiling rafters with a rope around his ankles.
Jesus.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
We did cover that already.
Carlson, however, was unprepared for what came next. In the home, the 50-year-old Latunsky retrieved locks, chains, and leather straps and tied Carlson down in the basement. Latunsky told the plaintiff he wasn't going anywhere and then went to bed. After Carlson thought Latunsky had fallen asleep, he cut himself loose from the straps with a butcher knife, found his cell phone, and left the home, running down the street and calling police. It's unclear how he got the knife.
This
Got
sounds
sloppy. That's
familiar. Hey Dina, if you're in the chat, we watched a time suck about somebody that did something very similar. Please, Dina, answer. You know who I'm talking about.
seriously. Justin Wang did an entire video on that one dude.
Dina's here, she just doesn't love you, Jables.
That's unfortunate.
God damn it.
There's also a delay, so
Yeah, but not this long.
She might be looking it up. I'm not going to discount it.
I mean,
Alright.
look at the face on this motherfucker. This dude looked like he has a fucking cabin in the woods somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's
By
got a cabin in the woods.
see,
He's got a shipping container in the woods. He's not gonna spring
Yeah,
for
you're
the
probably right.
he doesn't look like the kind of guy who would spring for a full cabin.
No, Larry, that's not who I was talking about. I'll figure it out in a second. You can keep reading.
Yeah, like there was that guy, but there was another one as well.
Different guy. Totally different. In the 911 call, Carlson is out of breath and saying he escaped from Latunsky's house. Police questioned Carlson and took him to a gas station. Carlson then made his way to the bus station, but his ticket was not good for another week. So with no money and nowhere to stay, he called Latunsky, who persuaded him to return to the house. Latunsky convinced Carlson the situation was a misunderstanding. In the slaying case, police said Latunsky admitted to stabbing Bacon in the back one time, then slitting his throat and cutting off his testicles and eating them. He also said he hung his body up. Bacon and Latunsky met through Grindr, a digital dating app. Police also responded to a third incident at the home on November 25th, in which a 29-year-old man wearing only a leather kilt and with blood on his face ran from Latunsky's home. He did not seek charges.
That's a story there.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I just had his name. Robert Berdella, aka the Kansas City Butcher.
Ah.
And the guy you're talking about in Canada, I think that is, if you're talking about the guy that had the pig farm, you might be right, Larry.
Picking all the serial killer boxes.
Speaking of Canadian cannibals.
Oh boy.
Canucks here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. If you're talking about the serial killer that was in like British Columbia, close to Seattle, um, he used to throw parties where like Pearl Jam used to play at his parties and shit back in the day, and he was killing people the entire time. Yeah, Robert Pinkton. Ugh. And so he has a weird history with like pop culture people.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Hmm.
You want to take the BBC one, Jables?
Yeah, I guess.
And then I'll get back to the other brain article.
The one you tried to read before.
Yeah. I mean, I initiated it. We're
Well,
gonna
why don't we
finish.
just go? Let's hit that one up real quick. Go ahead.
All right. So let me drop back into live chat real quick.
It's short anyway.
Mm-hmm. All right. Started this earlier, but we're coming back around. Well, technically, there was a pig farm in the second Hannibal movie, and he did eat a guy's brain in that, so it sort of connects.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about. I got things mixed up because the pig farm was based off of.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just so you guys know, pigs will eat anything, even bone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got a pig farm near my uncle's house within driving distance.
The high school I went to, people would raise pigs on school property for FFA.
Anyway, once again, going to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
Occasionally, a kid would just move away. I don't know what that was about. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Human brain seized in Canada post shipment. Port Huron, Michigan. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer seizes a human brain in international mail at Blue Water Bridge in Port Huron last week. On February 14th, CBP officers assigned to the area port of Port Huron referred a Canadian mail truck that had just crossed the Blue Water Bridge for an inspection at the Centralized Examination Station in Marysville. During this routine mail operation, a shipment manifested as an antique teaching specimen was targeted for inspection. Upon opening the shipment, CBP officers found the package to contain a human brain specimen inside of a clear glass mason jar, without any paperwork or documentation in support of its lawful entry into the United States.
Time out real quick, though. Canel, you say you had nothing to do with that. However, that might be why the package you sent me took so long to get here.
And like, I don't know if you
On the same
people,
trip.
I don't know if you people can like see a clear image of like this picture that they have of like this brain and a fucking. It looks like it has fucking mold on it. It's really nasty.
No, that's just kind of. I think that's just condensation on the jar
I hope
because of the ice. It's also wrapped in just like a paper towel.
If
that.
that's mold, it's fairly recent brain tissue then, because
Shipment.
like within weeks of it being, we'll just say harvested.
Yeah. The shipment, which originated in Toronto, Canada, was destined for Kenosha, Wisconsin. Individuals looking to import shipments such as this need to remember that Center for Disease Control and Prevention has a strict import permit program that must be adhered to, said Area Port Director Michael Fox. This is just another great example of just one of the many things CBP officers do to protect our nation on a daily basis. CBP agricultural specialists in Port Huron are currently in contact with the CDC C regarding the brain specimen, pursuant to 42 CFR 71.54, whatever other important fucking regulations, for infectious biological agents, infectious substances, and vectors for final disposition of the specimen. And yeah, that's it. They found a brain in a mason jar.
Stopping body parts from crossing the border. Yeah. Jables. Why you muted?
What are they doing?
Come on, Jiminy from Gimini.
The fuck?
What? Jables! I don't know, he's probably getting drunk and high off some hooker's ass that he spent way too much on.
Was known for making good decisions.
Well, of course he's not known for making good decisions.
Hey, fucking muted again.
No, I'm back. No, sorry. No. There's construction down the road, and somebody was blaring their music right outside my window.
Yeah, I got that software going, so it probably wouldn't have affected the show. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, because I paused it as it was rolling up, and then it just stayed there.
Nick, holy shit, I'm gonna be kinda on time tonight.
Are you?
Alright.
Are you really?
Anyway,
Jables, time to talk about Vienna.
Yeah, Vienna police fine man 500 euros for massive intestinal wind.
is that the terminology that we're going to use here?
That's what they said. It's in quotes.
God forbid just hide an article where it's like, man fined for farting.
Breaking wind in public may be a social taboo, but it's not often that people face financial consequences for it. But
Please
Alex,
tell me,
for-
please tell me he ripped ass and it smelled so bad that they had to call some officials to make sure it wasn't a leaking gas line or something.
Oh, one second. It's gonna go there. But that was the case for one man in Austria who was fined 500 euros, which is $564, after doing so at police in Vienna earlier this month. Oh. Was one of the police officers Jewish? Did he, The city's police have defended the fine, saying it was for more than that. Of course, no one will be reported for accidentally letting one go once, Vienna's police department said on Twitter. Wait, is he a serial police?
Oh my god, this is getting interesting.
Responding after a photo of the charge sheet issued for violating public decency was shared on social media, the police department said the suspect had already behaved in a provocative and uncooperative manner when he was approached by police in the early hours of 5th of June. June 5th. Fuck you.
Wait, in a provocative manner?
Provocative and uncooperative.
I'm assuming you've seen Accepted. Was he the Schrader in the hot dog costume?
I'll stay up my winner. I love that movie. We need to add that to the movie night list.
Oh, that's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, underrated.
Absolutely.
He then rode to a workbench, looked at the officers, and apparently intentionally released a massive intestinal wind in the immediate vicinity of the office. Yeah, they approached him. And he let out a fart. That's what happened. And as the suspect found to his own cost, members of the city's police force prefer not to be farted at. Authoritarian state. Leave it to Austria to be authoritarian.
Real quick. Mickey 50 gifted tier 1 sub to Nick, making it her 16th gift sub on this channel. And has
Cool.
passed even more emotes. Thank you, Mickey. Always appreciated.
Yeah. So he was fined. Cops approached him for violating public decency while he was sitting on a park bench. Was he naked? This article more questions than answers.
Like, like
All right, real quick.
and-
Real quick. I am posting this now. What the fuck, Skull? Go ahead.
Oh, you're helping them test the delay.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, this article's fucking weird.
It's just like, what did this dude do?
He farted in the vicinity of an authoritarian.
That's the only thing I can get.
No, because they approached him for something else he was doing, and then he farted. So
why were they approaching him? And why 500 euros for fucking farting? What the fuck is going on in Austria?
yeah, because like it's not like he was breaking social distancing things. He was sitting by himself from the looks of things.
Yeah, you approached him. Maybe
And then he
he's a skunk, and it's a defense mechanism.
He might have farted in their direction. Oh, he might have been like mooning people and farting at them.
How the
Yeah, but
fuck?
it doesn't say that though.
It doesn't say that, but they also call farting intestinal wind. Massive intestinal wind.
Your standards are really fucking slipped, BBC.
What the fuck do they qualify
For
as
anybody that's
massive
seen the most recent
intestinal wind?
season of Doctor Who would tell you that.
Yeah. I don't care that Doctor Who's female right now. I care that the writing is shit.
Yeah.
That's being complimentary.
I don't want to go into
it.
this on
some merit.
No,
you can use it for fertilizer.
I was fine with the Doctor being female. It's within canon, for one thing.
Yeah.
For another thing, when it started out, it seemed like we were going to get another goofy Doctor, and I was excited about that. I like goofy shit.
Yeah, another Tenet, so to say. Not exactly, but you know what I mean.
It seemed like a midway between Tenet and Smith.
Yeah.
Mickey, the Doctor's always been gay/bi.
Yeah, the Doctor's never cared.
Yeah. The Doctor cares more about emotion. Anything.
Yeah. That's an entirely different tangent.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. We can talk about Doctor Who if you want to. It's fine.
Yeah.
No.
Basically summed it up.
Huh?
I said Nick basically summed it up in the chat. It's like there was potential to do something with it, and the head writer and his team just completely fucked it.
Yeah, they could have taken this so many directions, but instead they went, "Oh, she's the impossible child. She's something special now."
Yeah.
It's not it's not just some random Time Lord that we just happen to know as the Doctor. The Doctor is now the special one.
Yeah, and it was
Let's
originally
retcon
the
like a
Chronos
motherfucker.
thing because like the most reference to the gender change was, wait, you're the Doctor? Yeah, I'm the Doctor. All right, that was it.
Which is fine.
Yeah, that's acceptable because
Yeah.
if you've only known the Doctor over like 3 iterations as male, then a female Doctor showing up would be like, ask an extra question real quick. Yeah, that's okay. That's realistic.
I could see maybe one episode where it's like, no, the Doctor's male, and they're sitting there going, all these times in history, the Doctor's male, and then you have her pull up like pictures. Nope, there I am, there I am, there I am. One
Yeah,
episode where that happens, like maybe
Yeah.
early on, and the rest of them you just brush it over, whatever.
And
yeah,
then the fucking timeless children episode happens. It's just like, oh god, why?
yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like they turn it into this whole thing that Doctor Who isn't about, and it was
Yeah.
they just had to brush off the fact that the Doctor was now female, and then leave it at that, and then just keep going. Let's go on fun adventures. But no, no. It
Had to
chooses
get
anyone.
poetic
No,
with
it
it.
doesn't. You're not chosen to be the Doctor. It's a rejuvenation.
Yeah, like it's the same entity just coming back in different physical forms throughout the
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah, and the different physical forms are based on the experiences that they've gone through in the past to possibly create more or less influence in what they're dealing with. And I know when you talk about the past, it's wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff, but
Alright. Nick says that he's smoking now, but he's going to be going live shortly.
yeah, I saw that.
So,
Yeah, Tennant was my first Doctor. And so I've got a soft spot there. Matt,
Mm,
the switch over to Matt pissed me off at first, but it after a year I got over it.
that's a thing. Every time there's a new Doctor, getting into the new Doctor is a rough transition because it's always so different.
Yeah,
mhm.
and like it's within the lore that yeah, it can be that rough transition. It can be they can go from as long as it's still like a morally positive, I want to save people kind of character. It can be as different from the prior as they want.
Yeah. Well, actually, like Smith to Capaldi is a perfect example of that.
Yeah,
Extremely different.
an uncoordinated house cat to your grumpy uncle.
Yeah.
The hard transition, but at least Capaldi started out halfway decent.
Um. Yeah, there were some. Well, Capaldi's just a good actor in general, so they're like the way he, the way it was scripted and the way that he played it. There was still like little tinges of goofiness that sort of drifted away over time throughout his series, which is how a doctor should be played. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it should. You should start with like little remnants of the past Doctor, and then work towards building your own shit, which is kind of how it generally goes.
You can
Mm.
do it relatively quickly, but you still got to do it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Um, yeah, yeah. Eccleston was the first Doctor I saw. I watched Doctor Who when I was couch surfing in Portland and being like homeless and shit. And one place that I was crashing at for a little bit, they were just like, "Have you ever seen Doctor Who?" I was like, "No, I've never seen Doctor Who. What's that?" And they just were like, "Oh, okay. Here, watch this." And then they just started playing it, and I was like, "Ah, it seems a little cheesy, but I like sci-fi stuff." So I just kept watching, and then eventually I became a fan.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah. But here's the other thing: if you don't like Doctor Who, I don't care.
Yeah, you can not like something. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. And I think that should be the real lesson of this show. If you don't like something, okay. We won't disagree with you. However, this is our show and we're fans, so fuck you. We run this shit.
I
We
was
don't
going to say that at this point, it doesn't matter if you're a fan of Star Trek, Star Wars, or Doctor Who. You can all be united in the aspect of getting fucked.
in the ass.
Yep, totally can. All right. Well, looks like it's about time for that raid.
Yeah,
Mm,
I'm trying to get it set up. There we go.
Outro. Thank you everybody for joining us. Follow me on Twitter, I guess, at Jables Boogly. If you
You
want
can follow
updates
me,
in
but you're
case
not gonna see
notifications
shit.
don't go through, subscribe to the YouTube channel so that if you miss an episode, you can rewatch one. Don't know why. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's just go to Late Night Saints.
yeah.
Have a good time. Have a good night, everybody. See you next Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everybody,
We'll be here.
have
We'll
an
be here.
excellent.
Maybe. We'll be here.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We've got nothing better to do.
Rating now.